So again, we're covering after that WrestleMania weekend review. We are covering the December 27th, 1986 episode. So this is the last episode in 1986. Next week we will roll over the calendar to 1987. But we were moving right along if you think about it. So they kick off the show. It is Shivani and Crockett. Well, actually, first they open the show. It's a ruckus crowd. The Road Warriors are heading to the ring with Nikita and Dusty, with the Horsemen waiting on them. And then we go to Shivani and Crockett. They announce at the beginning of the show that Windham and Garvin will take on the Midnight Express in a match. So big match on this week's episode. And then from there, they go to a promo with Dusty and Nikita. I got that queued up, so let's play it.
Saw them just moments ago, and here they are right now, the Superpowers, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, along with Nikita Koloff.
You just said it, the most awesome power in pro sports. Dusty Rhodes, the Road Warriors, Nikita Koloff. Man, day after day, week after week, Ric Flair, the Four Horsemen, talking trash on this, fucking like a monkey troll, getting ready to be 87. Gonna be fabulous tonight in Minneapolis, Minnesota, with my main man now, superpower number one, Nikita Koloff, Nature Boy, get down and funky like a monkey. Me and the Warriors gonna kick some booty. Me and the Warriors gonna get down in Minneapolis. Me and the Warriors gonna party in Minneapolis. Me and the Warriors gonna go crazy in Minneapolis. This is nuts. It is right. We all right. Yeah, come here. Yes, listen at me up for you, Nicky. That old fat girl over there love you to death, man. I ain't lying. Go ahead.
No, comrade.
Yeah.
Last the week, I understand. Come on and say a lot about Nikita Koloff. Well, I understand you are a great wrestler, or you would not be one of Four Horsemen. Here is USA title. You want your chance, you name a place, you name a time, and Nikita will going to be there. Tully Blanchard, maybe you want to put your title up against Nikita title. And tonight, je t'entends, Ric Flair. Tonight, how you say American Dream, they call these Twin Cities.
Twin Cities, brother. Twin Cities. You hear the man?
That's where I'm going tonight for you, Ric Flair. You see, this could be your last night as world heavyweight champion. It's time for you, Ric Flair, to put, how do you say, put your era aside. And it's time for new breed, new era, new world champion, Nikita Koloff.
The Superpowers, Dusty Rhodes, Nikita.
I don't know what the hell Nikita's talking. Well, I do know what Nikita's talking about right there, but I popped on Dusty. Look at that fat broad over there. She love you, Nikki. Harper, what did you have?
You know, I bet that chick really wasn't that fat, but by like 1986 standards, she was probably fat, and by today's standards, she's probably just thick.
Good point.
You know what? He's on to something with that, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see what she looked like, because she probably looked good.
These people got, but I guarantee you, she had a perm going on too.
Oh God, yes.
In 1986, she had a perm. That's for sure. What you got, Doc?
I like the fact that Nikita goes, what you call Twin Cities. He's from the Twin Cities. He was born in Minneapolis.
Right.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
I wonder if that was the first time in history that someone's ever worn a Boston Celtics jacket and a cowboy hat at the same time.
Yeah, no, huh?
Yeah, that's
generally,
a combination.
Generally, overall, though, I thought Dusty was awesome here. I thought he was on it. I mean, he had his rap going, and the line that popped all of us is the fat woman.
It almost
Nikki.
It almost broke character.
Yeah, but we're funky like a monkey. We're partying. We're getting down. We're kicking ass. What else do you want?
Yeah, I agree, Harper. He almost broke character.
Yeah.
Look at that fat broad over there. Look at that fat one right there.
I think it was all just a product as he was out there having fun, and it showed.
Yeah, unscripted. That's what type of stuff you can do. Look at that fat broad over there. Okay. The first match is Dick Murdock versus Brody Chase. The only note I have is Dick Murdock wins with a big elbow drop. You got anything else, Harper?
No.
That's what I thought. Doc, you?
One quick note that I thought it was odd that he didn't win with the brainbuster.
Yeah.
I did notice that too, because before he had left, well, we'll hear from him later in the show, but before he kind of departed for a few weeks, he was always using a brain buster, which him and Garvin, not Ron Garvin, whatchamacallit, was using, Jimmy Garvin was using the brain buster.
I think that's why he didn't do it, because Jimmy's on his show also doing it.
I don't know. It might be something for us to watch if in the coming weeks if he uses it again. If he doesn't, that may be why. So, all right, we'll go to the next promo. It's Ron Garvin, and he is interrupted by Jim Crockett Jr., so here it is.
And we're back at ringside, Mr. Jim Crockett, along with a man who has 2 titles, Jimmy. We're talking about Ron Garvin, one half of the U.S. Tag Team Champions, one half of the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion.
That's correct. Ronnie has been a great Mid-Atlantic champion, and he and Barry have got off to a great start as the U.S. champions. The only problem is the NWA has a rule that you can only hold 1 major championship. And Ronnie, you hold 2, and we've told you ahead of time, you have to decide which title you want to keep.
Well, it's a big disappointment to me, but, I got to go by the rules. If that's what the rule says, I had a lot of work behind this belt, and it represents the Mid-Atlantic area, and there's a lot of fans, and I don't mean no disrespect for it, because partnering with this means a whole lot to me. But I don't want to disappoint my partner, Barry Windham. Mm-hmm. And the United States Tag title is a very prestigious belt, very important. So I got a choice to make, and I'm going to give this one away.
Okay.
I'm going to keep the United States title.
Okay, so it's the Mid-Atlantic title coming back.
Thank you very much, Ronnie. I know you'll be a great U.S. champion, and we'll let the fans know what the disposition of this title will be very soon.
Okay, fans, we'll be back right after this timeout.
I've got a lot to say about this, but Harper, what did you have?
When you said you can't hold two major titles, is there a non-major title? No.
Well, yes, you're actually on to something that I have, because
what's a non-major title?
I couldn't figure it out. Because the only thing I could figure that maybe is a non-major would be the 6-man title, but even then, there's no logic. The logic in this is, and I'm sure Doc is going to say something about this, is they needed a way to get out of the Mid-Atlantic title to get that thing gone, because this fucking title ain't coming back. It's gone at this point. Spoiler alert, everyone, if you don't know. This title's done. I think I'm theorizing this. I don't know this. No one's ever told me this. I haven't talked to anybody, but as a world championship wrestling promotion, I think they were trying to get out of the regional title, which the Mid-Atlantic title is a regional title if you think about it from the Mid-Atlantic days. So I think that's why this went away at this point. But Harper, you make a good point. I don't think there was sound logic. I think this is just what they used to get rid of the title. Yeah. Because you're right. I'll give you an example. The 6-man title, remember when Crusher, Ivan, and Nikita had them, Crusher was Mid-Atlantic champion at one point while they had the 6-man titles. So I don't think that whole major title thing just sounds like some stuff to make it work. What else you had, Harper?
That was it. I was like, what the fuck is a non-major title?
Right. Yeah. So, Doc, what do you have?
Because if it's a non-major title, why the fuck would I want it?
That's a good point. Doc, what'd you have?
I was gonna say that's where you kind of stole my thunder, but that's where we watched the Mid-Atlantic title die. Yeah, just died right there in front of us. Poof. And I bet when they were out there, and Garvin was like, and I really like representing the Mid-Atlantic area. Crockett was like, shut the fuck up, dude. We're trying to kill that. We're trying to get away from that. Yeah, that's what this is. They're trying to go national, and so regional belts make them seem regional.
Well, I mean, I don't even know if they're trying to go national. I mean, for me, they're already national. They're on TBS. They're being seen. Cable companies are, around the nation. It's like you said, they're just trying to. I don't want to say kill the Mid-Atlantic title.
If you're going to be a national company, why do you only have a Mid-Atlantic belt?
Right. So you got
and a Central States belt. Where's your Southwestern belt and your Northwestern belt? And so, since you don't have it, you got to get rid of stuff.
Yeah, so they're in there. This is how they got rid of them.
It's the growing pains of switching from the NWA through JCP to WCW.
Yeah.
Yep. I would agree. Okay, let's keep going. And Doc, any other thoughts on that?
No, let's keep going, pal.
Yeah,
I'm feeling energized.
I
I'm feeling real energized right now.
Just need to repeat. That's a pretty, like we said, that's a pretty significant moment, I think, in the company's history. Seeing that title go away, it gets resurrected 10 years later on one of the NWA independent orgs.
Good luck with that.
It's not as a Jim Crockett Promotions title. As a JCP title, Mid-Atlantic title is now gone. All right. So next up is Uncle Ivan. Let's hear from Uncle Ivan.
Before our U.S. Tag Team title match, we're at ringside with the Russian Bear, Ivan Koloff.
I said we're coming into a new year, and the Russian team is back to full strength with Vladimir Pietrov coming in. Very shortly you will see him, all you people, the greatest athlete in all the world, the most powerful man ever to set face on this earth. You will see. And Nikita, you know who I am talking about. Your nightmare from your childhood. The man that you have competed against many times. Or you think now because New Year is coming in, the Kodak mine would be on United States Tag Team titles. On capturing back the World Six-Man Tag Team Trophy. But more important than this, Nikita, you know every minute of every day that goes by, my mind is thinking on revenge of what you have done. Stabbing me in the back, and more important, your country in the back. This must be avenged, and it will be revenge, Nikita. And you know how now. I've been saying it's going to be done the old country way. Now you realize what I have been talking about. The nightmare of your childhood. The man that gave you the most trouble in competition as you were growing up. A man that does 650-pound bench press, a half a ton in squats, the strongest man in the world, Nikita. And you, Dusty Rhodes, you listen to what I have to say also. You know, I see you be knocked down many times, but every time you get up. But this is one time you will never get up when Vladimir come in here and knock you down. And Nikita, like I have said, your time is numbered. You're not going to get world title. We're going to stop you, and you're going to lose United States title.
Ivan Koloff and a warning from a man called Vladimir Pietrov. Fans, we're ready for our U.S. Tag Team title match.
Old country way. Doc, what you got?
It sucks that Vladimir Pietrov's not going to live up to the hype.
Wait,
really? Sorry.
Wait. Fuck, you ruined it.
He ruined the hard on, right, Hopper?
Yeah.
Because they've been talking about this for 3 weeks now. Yeah. Doc, what else? Doc?
Hold on, bro. I had to tell my little daughter good night so that I could get back to fucking.
Oh, I thought I heard a kid in the background.
Yeah, dude.
All right, just making sure I didn't lose you.
It's night for her. She has to go to bed and get her beauty rest.
That's classy.
So that she can wake up at 4:00 in the fucking morning and climb in bed with me and Mrs. Doc.
Is that what she does?
And then dig her feet directly into my side, like we're fucking. Like I wake up. I wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
I swear I'm in the ring with Ron Garvin, and I'm stretched into a damn pretzel by a 2-year-old.
My mind used to do that, and I used to be like, man, this broad is digging her feet into my legs, and I swear I'm having a dream that somebody's putting a figure 4 on me.
Right.
Jesus Christ. Go ahead, Doc.
Vladimir Petrov.
Yeah,
that's going to be a problem. But I liked Ivan again is strong because he's got that tension in his voice. He's still looking for revenge. This shit's coming. Old country way too, man. Not new country way where we infiltrate your social media. Old country way where you go to the gulag.
Oh man, Harper, what you got?
Oh, when he says, not only did you stab me in the back, but more importantly, you stabbed your country in the back.
I had
You're a
that
piece of shit.
I had that same note.
He turned his back on the Soviet Union.
Mother Russia.
Mother Russia.
Harper, he basically called him an asshole for turning his country on turning on his country in the Kremlin.
What a piece of shit.
Totally.
Oh, I agree, Harper. That was fabulous. Harper, what else you got?
That's it. And and I want to see who the fuck this guy is.
Oh, it's funny you say that because back then when they teased a guy like that for weeks,
I thought they were just waiting on the paperwork to get cleared to get him in from Leningrad or Moscow.
Yeah, but you were really like, damn, I'm ready to see this new person come in.
Yeah.
It's like when they had like Kevin Sullivan when they kept teasing him.
Yeah, and Smoky Mountain.
Yeah.
That shit went on for like 3 months before they showed it. But this is like just the old school wrestling. This is what was so great about it. You did not know they would tease the person, and we've talked about this, and you finally get them. But I mean, 3 weeks in, they're still teasing, still teasing, and your imagination runs wild trying to figure out, okay, who is this person coming in? It's just one of those things, and you don't see it anymore. But I agree. I don't want to spoil it like Doc just did, but we're waiting on Pietroff to come in.
Hey, man,
we'll see him
I
shortly.
think we're like, I don't know for sure because fuck it, who cares? But I think we're like right at the end of Khrushchev's reign of terror.
No, we are. We're at the end. We're at the end, and Pietroff I think Pietroff will be here next week.
Oh, well, okay.
Yep, Pietroff will be here next week. Okay. So after all of that, we go to the big match of this week, which is the Midnight Express versus Barry Windham and Ron Garvin. I guess I'll throw it to you, Doc, to ask because this is a fairly long match by Saturday night standards. Doc, what did you have first? What did you have here you want to talk about?
I didn't have a lot specifically, but just general observation is that these four guys can all go. This was fast paced to me. Every guy in here was great. What a fantastic match for Saturday night. Kudos all the way around, man.
Yeah.
I'm feeling energized.
Harper, what did you have from it?
I kept thinking Barry Windham fucking looks like Keith Sullivan in the fucking Lost Boys, man.
He does.
He looked just like him with that blonde hair and that kind of, I guess, a mullet.
Yep.
I'm gonna shock you as Harper goes to answer his phone or look at his text or whatever.
Fuck, y'all can hear that?
Yeah, we can hear that.
Dude. You owe everybody an IPA. You owe everybody in the audience an IPA if they see you at an airport.
Yeah.
Okay. An IPA
or on a Kawasaki Mule.
Yeah, I'm gonna shock y'all. I've actually seen the Lost Boys.
Wow, and it doesn't even have Cuba Gooding Jr. in it.
Wow,
that's real nice,
what?
Doc. That's some kind of update on my computer. It keeps fucking popping up, and I don't know why it's doing that. So my apologies on that noise. Okay.
If fucking know what else I loved?
What's that?
Was when they start getting towards the end, and they're trying to keep his shoulders down.
Uh-huh.
And it's a struggle to keep his shoulders down right at the end. That was cool.
Right, because of the time limit draw that they were approaching.
Right.
I had that note too.
Those fucking belts, man.
Yeah. Got to get those belts. That's where the glory is. That's where the money is.
So
how come they had a time limit? But I guess the Rude and Rock and Roll and Manny did. It was just an hour time limit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a little longer. But no, you always had TV time limits back then. I mean, that was one of the staples of territory wrestling. Even
I don't need you to explain that to me.
Okay, well, you asked. I'm just saying. Whatever. So anyway, the deal is competitive match, like all of you said. Garvin did a head scissors takeover on Bobby Eaton. I don't know if y'all
that looked good.
Still did.
I mean, that was sweet. And the one note I had before I tell you about the finish was imagine seeing this in a live crowd, like at an arena.
With 50, well, imagine seeing it with 50 other people.
So what I'm saying is imagine this with, 5,000, 6,000 people in the arenas or in the civic centers that they would all do. I mean, this would have been pretty good. Like you all said, it goes to a time limit draw. And like Harper said, they're trying their damnedest to get the pin before, which was pretty cool.
They're telling a story.
Yep. But when it goes to the time limit draw, Cornette and the Midnight afterwards and the bell rings, they attack Garvin with the racket at the end and they leave him laying. But Garvin and Windham retain the belts because of the time limit draw. So really good stuff on this matchup. I thought these guys did a good job. Doc, you got anything else before we go to the next promo?
No, that was fun.
Yeah, it sure was. All right, so up next is well, first off, there's a match. It is the Road Warriors versus the Mulkey Brothers.
And I watched it.
Okay, so here's
there.
So here's the thing. My thought was fantasy booking. This is the week somebody stands up to the Road Warriors. What if they met up halfway across the ring and like, this ends now.
Can you imagine the Mulkeys bowing up to Hawk and Animal? Puffing their chest out.
Yelling at him like a 58-year-old manager yelling at an umpire with their beer gut hanging out. Yeah.
Right. Anyway, Mulkeys are murdered relatively very quickly. Hopper, do you have anything?
No.
Yeah, Doc, anything else?
No.
All right. Something I want to point you all to, and I don't know if y'all saw this as I'm getting ready to play the Warriors promo. Shivani's face when he's listening to the Warriors cut a promo is that of fear. He really sells it, but I wanted to mention that as I play this. Here it is. Here are the Warriors.
I can say or add to that.
There's nothing you have to add to it because we summed it all up. Minneapolis tonight, the Road Warriors coming to their home, away from home, a town, just another one that we own. We're coming for destruction, and you know who against? The Midnight Express and Big Bubba. Big Bubba. Just stick your nose in Minor Animal's face for 1 second and give us a chance so all the people can see what you're made out of, because they already know what we're made out of. We're made out of steel. We're made out of iron. We're made out of everything that's hard. And the biggest thing of all that we're made of is a simple statement that we don't care. We never have. We never will. Ain't that right, big man? That's right. You know, a lot of people out there have been saying, what happened to the Road Warriors' heart? What happened to their guts? They like cars, money. They don't like being above no more. Well, all those people, you all know what you can do with your stinking thoughts. We don't care. He don't care. And Paul don't care either. And here's our brother, Dusty Rose, one part of the World Six-Man Champions. You know, people out there, everybody's asking a question. Can this man right here be trusted? Well, let me tell you people something. He's earned the Warriors' trust. He's earned Dusty Rose's trust. And anytime, 4 horsemen, anybody, all 4 of us will take on any 4 men in this stinking world. And if they don't like it, we don't care.
Back right after this timeout.
Harper, thoughts on the Warriors and their intensity as always?
They're made of iron and steel and everything that's hard.
Your dick?
Oh, wow.
It's nice. Okay.
Don't fuck with them.
Yes, agree. Harper, anything else?
No.
Doc,
they're the fucking Road Warriors.
Yeah, you're damn right.
I thought Hawk was awesome here. Just like I don't have to say anything else. I just summed it up, and just we're coming to own another town. I thought it was good. And is it just me? Or did Nikita look a little small standing next to the Road Warriors?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he does. I mean, Hawk is jacked.
It's no shit. That's the point. It's not that Nikita's small. It's that fucking Hawk and Animal. Hawk especially is just he's hogging all the muscles.
Yeah, Hawk is God. Hawk. I hate. No pun intended. He's an animal. He's not the animal, but he's just unreal, man. He's jacked.
I'm confused.
Hawk is jacked. That's my point. So after that, again, the one thing, pay attention next time y'all see Shivani in those promos with the Warriors when he's holding the mic. It's like he's kind of standing as far back as he can because they're so intense. And if you look at his face, he's just like wincing because he's like, God, man, I hope these people don't turn around and eat me just because they're so angry. But after the Road Warriors is Jim Cornette, and Cornette is amped and he is not happy. And let's listen to what Corny's got to say.
Jim Cornette, you seem to be in a happy mood, but the fact is, you're not U.S. Tag Team Champions.
Well, let me say one thing first of all. You know, I'm a generous kind of guy. I got everybody Christmas presents. I got the Road Warriors of Paul Ellering something. I got them the biography of Brian Bosworth, so they can read it when they're laid up in the hospital as a result of the scaffolds going up all across the country pretty soon. And tonight in Minneapolis, that Met Center, brother, Road Wars Midnight Express showdown time, and we're going to take you out. And did you just see that? Did you see your chicken chump champions right up there, Ronnie Garvin and Barry Windham? I want to take another look at what happened. I want to take another look at that beautiful sight that I saw. You see there, Barry Windham, flat of his back on the floor. My man Big Bubba Tripp trying to help him up. And now, Ronnie Garvin, look at that. Look at that flab moving around. Let me tell you something, Garvin. This is only an example. This is only a warning. Because I'll guarantee you one thing. You two jerks do not deserve to wear any kind of championship belts, much less ones that the Midnight Express want. Look at that flab moving, brother. And I'm going to tell you this, Garvin and Windham. You listen good. We're going to have those belts around our waist because that's our first step to getting the world title back. And Ronnie Garvin, I don't like you now, and I ain't never liked you before. I think you're a geek, and that was a warning because the next time we get a hold of you, we're going to take you out of the picture. I don't care. Somehow, some way, whatever we got to do, Garvin, you ain't going to be walking around. You ain't going to be talking no talk. You ain't going to be thinking a lot. All you're going to be is stretched out someplace flat as a board, and you're going to be out of professional wrestling. And Windham, you're new around here, so I'm going to give you a little warning. When Jim Cornette says something's going to happen, it happens. Brother, if I tell you the sun ain't going to come up tomorrow, you better go out and buy you a flashlight. And when the Midnight Express gets on your tail, brother, you got bad times ahead. So what you better do, Windham, is you better get away from that Garvin. You better throw those belts on down to us, and you better get out before it's too late. Because if you keep hanging around with that little short, bleached, blonde-headed punk, then Windham, you're going to get the same thing that he's going to get, and that's taken completely out of professional wrestling one way or another. And I'm not too picky about how I do it.
All right, let's go back to the ring.
Laughing at Bobby. Bobby kept fucking with Shivani again. He's backing up into him. He's turning around and hitting him. Dude, Bobby eating on these promos. I need to go back and watch them all because he's always messing with Shivani.
He was writing something down.
He was writing something. Dennis is turning it around, I guess, so Shivani can see it. I don't know what the hell, but they were steadily trying to fuck with Shivani and pop him. And the whole time, I'm just watching those two scoring without the ball. But it was funny. Harper, what else did you have?
They're gonna get those titles back.
Hell yeah, they're gonna get them
Fuck
back.
you.
I want to tell them that they probably should try to win the world titles without winning the national title, U.S. titles, so that they don't have to forfeit the U.S. titles when they win the world titles.
Well,
what?
They're actually going to win.
How did Ultimo Dragon get all those titles in 1996?
Because
they weren't major titles.
I guess.
I'm confused.
Yeah, you know wrestling. You make it up as you go. Doc, what did you have from that? Doc?
I heard a kid screaming again.
That's nice, Doc. Thanks for being so professional, man. Appreciate it. All right. Well, I guess we'll come back to them. So let's go to the match first. There's Manny Fernandez and Rick Rude versus Pablo Crenshaw, Dave Spencer. Manny and Rude get the win. Harper, do you have anything from that?
No.
All right.
No, nothing.
Yeah, that's all I had was that they won. All right. So, Doc, if you're there, are you there?
Hi.
No, he's not. He just disappeared on us. I guess he's on mute or something because we can't hear you, Doc. If you're there, we can't hear you. You might want to text me and let me know what's going on if you are there and it's just a problem on your end. All right, so the next promo, since is going to be Paul Jones, Rick Rude, and Manny. So let's give that a listen right here. Oh, shoot, I got to get it queued up, Harper. Hold on.
God damn.
I know, I'm so professional, right?
The fuck?
All right, where are we at? All right, now we got it. No, we don't. Oh, man, sometimes the network drives me. It just got stuck on me. Hold on. And I'm not editing this out. If you think I'm going to go back and look for it, nope. All right, here it is. Here it is.
Paul Jones with his World Tag Team Champions.
Let me tell you something. I got something to say to rock and roll. You're running around crying over spilled milk. Well, you're going to be 100% tonight in Norfolk. And my two men, R&R, the world champion, are going to bring it to you. And we're going to show the people in Norfolk who the true champions are. It's these two men right here. Now, it seemed like all the big guns, like the Road Warriors, are hollering and screaming that they want these belts. They think they can beat my two champions. Well, let me tell you something, Road Warriors. You may be big, you may be strong, but when you're in the middle of the ring, laying on your back, you're no bigger than Mickey Rooney. And when you step in the ring with my two champions, you're going to be in there with more than you can handle. That's right. You know, Tony, the Bull and I and Paul Jones, we feel real good. You see, we're sitting on top of the world, and we're looking down at everybody else. And down there we can see the Rock and Roll Express. We can see the Road Warriors. And look over there. There's Dusty Rhodes and the Cheetah. But you know, the fact of the matter is this. It doesn't matter who we step in the ring with, because we always come out on top. And as far as the Road Warriors go, Road Warriors, you're just a couple of blowfish. You know what a blowfish is, Tony? That's a fish that's only real defense is to blow up real big and look real mean and try to scare something away. But you see, you've heard of people that are hard to scare, where you're looking at two guys that are impossible to scare. So just bring it down, whatever you got, huh, Bull?
You know, Daddy, when you talk about fight, Daddy, we spell the word with a capital F because we are totally awesome and totally fearless. So I'm going to tell you something. Rock and Roll Express Tag Team of the Year. You're looking at the only tag team. It should be Tag Team of the Year. You know, Punk Morton. And I'm going to tell you something else, Road Warrior. You may be tough, and I am going to tell you, you get in my face, and you'll find out what tough is, Daddy, because the awesome twosome, the double R's, will educate you about what it is to be bad, Daddy, because we were born bad to the bone, and we jumped out of bed. We started kicking tail, not when we painted our face, Daddy, when we became awesome. And these belts is what we call R&R's heavy metal, and it's going to stick around, Daddy, because we are the world champions. And Chiquita, we ain't no betting shoe, Daddy. When we bet somebody, they don't come back for more. You remember it, and take that to the bank.
Okay, we're coming right back.
Man, Manny goes on for too long, Harper.
Yeah, I know, huh?
He does that every week.
Yeah.
What happened to you just now, Doc?
Don't worry about it.
Well, I had some things to attend to. You know, I between my work with the youth and the homeless, and my missionary work and the prayer group that I run, and then my kids and my wife and my coworkers and you guys, I have a lot of people that depend on me. And so from time to time, I have to step away. And I just hope that everybody will, bear with me just a little bit while I give a little bit to the people who need me.
You could give us warning of some sort? I mean, God.
No, that's not how this works. That's not how it works.
All right.
There is no warning. It's just I'm gone.
First, what did you have from Cornette a second ago? Because that's when you just disappeared in there.
I can't even remember what happened there, except he called him a chicken chump or something, and they're coming to get belts, and Condrey and Eaton were doing some shenanigans with Shivani and whatnot. Man, I'm going to tell you something. Rude and Manny do not need Paul Jones.
No.
Well, they don't need him for promos. I can see how it's helpful to have him on the outside to assist them in cheating.
Don't you think Paul Jones looks so much better now than he did before, dressed like a fucking safari guy, and
he looked like Hitler before, dude.
Yeah, his
he was dressing up like Paul what's his name? Jim Jones, the Kool-Aid guy down in South America in the 70s.
Yeah, he looks so much. He grabs your attention more.
He's more flashy. He's more classy.
Yeah.
Now.
Well, more classy. More classy. Wouldn't that be classier?
No, it's more classy because we're unprofessional, you dipshit.
That's real classy.
I know.
Doesn't have to mean. God, never mind.
Dude, you know what's funny? Hold on, real quick.
I like the fact that Rick Rude. He's maybe one of the only legitimate dudes who can talk shit and back it up physique-wise to go one-on-one with the Road Warriors. And he looks like a toothpick next to them.
Yeah, no, huh?
He called them a bunch of He called them blowfishes.
I thought that was good.
That was funny. He called Nikita a cheetah. Jesus Lord. Oh, my God. I was good. I was good. Manny just kind of went on too long, but it was good. All right, Doc, anything else?
No.
Harper, you? Okay, I'm going to vote on not playing Garvin and Windham, but I want to ask Doc first.
Well, no, don't play it, but I will say this. If you do go back and listen, it's Wyndham's best promo so far.
It was, it was okay. I mean, it wasn't terrible. All right.
Yeah, we don't need to play it, though. There ain't no reason to play that shit.
Well, it was, I mean, it's just nothing special.
Fuck 'em.
But, Harper, do you have any thoughts on it before we keep on?
No. I mean, not really. No.
That means he ain't winning no Rolex.
All right, the next matchup is the Rock and Roll Express versus Kent Glover and Zain Smith. Rock and Roll win very quickly. Doc, thoughts on that match, if any?
None.
All right, Harper, you?
No, sir.
All right, I got to play this. So we got Bill after here, and he's going to present something to Ricky and Robert. They are not in studio. They're somewhere else. Maybe they're in studio, but it's empty, but there's a blue background. Bill Apter is about to give out a couple of awards to Ricky and Robert. Here it is.
For Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazine, this is senior editor Bill Apter, and the fans have spoken. In our March '87 issue, the fans have voted the Rock and Roll Express, the 1986 Tag Team of the Year. Rick Morton, Robert Gibson, pick up your plaques.
Bro, I think they high.
Thank you very much.
I'm just going to say it.
I'd like to thank all the readers of Pro Wrestling Illustrated for writing in and vote for Robert and I. And, it was a long, hard road for us, but everybody stood behind us through thick and thin. And I'd like to thank you with everything that we got. And God bless you, and we love you.
Robert?
Yeah, like I said, but I'd like to thank everybody out there, especially all the fans that wrote in here. All the fans went for them. There wouldn't be no Rock and Roll Express. We do all this for the fans, and it's really a great honor to be chosen Tag Team of the Year.
And the one question, of course, that all the fans have, what about the tag team belts?
Well, tag team belts is back to the drawing board. We got to go. We'll be back, Bill. Rock and roll lives forever, baby. We'll be right back.
Thank you. For Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazine, this is...
Okay, hold on.
And remember, we will see you at the matches.
We'll see you at the matches.
If Chris Benoit
and Chris Benoit. Dude, if they're high, then Gibson's always high because he sounded normal. I think
not so much Gibson.
I think Morton had a cold.
Yeah, Ricky was just like, "Fuck this."
I think he had like a head cold. It's wintertime, dude. That's when that shit happens. Either that or he ate some nasty pussy the other night before.
Come on.
That's nice, Doc. God damn. So they're not, you two former weed smokers, they're not high?
I don't know.
No,
I didn't. My first inclination was not to gravitate towards marijuana for the sedated nature of that promo.
Ricky looks like he's on NyQuil or something because even his eyes look lazy.
Well, have you ever had a cold?
No, I've never had one. I'm a human being, and I've never had a cold, Doc. You're a fucking idiot. I keep going. All right. Well, next up, I'm going to play this in two parts because now Bill Apter is presenting another award in same scenario with the blue background away from the studio. Here it is.
Okay, Bill Apter, senior editor of Pro Wrestling Illustrated, as voted on by the fans. Ric Flair's right here with us. We'll talk to Rick in just a second for the third time in a row. Wrestler of the Year. And let's see the presentation of that award right now.
Wrestling Illustrated magazine, I'm senior editor Bill Apter. And in our March '87 issue, you fans have spoken. The Wrestler of the Year for the third consecutive year. And this is his fourth time in this position. We have this beautiful plaque on behalf of you fans for Nature Boy Ric Flair. Rick?
Bill, thank you very much. Wrestler of the Year. To be called the greatest wrestler of all time is one thing. To be made Wrestler of the Year by the greatest wrestling magazine in all our sport. To have all the fans out there that either boo me or cheer me night in and night out of my life acknowledge me as the greatest of all time, as the Wrestler of the Year. Well, it's a tremendous honor. My hat's off to you for making what I call a very intelligent decision. There's only one, the World Heavyweight Champion. Diamonds are forever, and so is Ric Flair. Woo!
All right, I stopped it there because we got a long promo coming from Rick in a second. But, Doc, any thoughts on that part?
I think Rick always tried to humor these guys because they did a lot for him with Apter and make it seem as serious as Apter would want it to seem.
Okay. Harper, what about you?
They still do this?
Dude, Somebody out there still gets this. I know Steven Jaworski gets Pro Wrestling Illustrated because I've heard him say it before.
Because I remember as a kid, like, this was a big deal. We used to flip through and be like, who's
yeah,
that
dude.
guy?
I had a subscription in 85 or 86.
Uh-huh.
Man, that shit was big deal.
Yeah.
Dude, that was like everything, getting that thing. I mean, damn, dude. PWI back then, that was like, you were somebody if you had a subscription to those things. Jesus. But yeah, I think they still might do it. I mean, I know there's still a print version of it because I've seen them. But I'm going to assume they give out yearly awards, but who knows? It would make sense. Okay, well, we'll keep going. So now Rick is in studio. He's accepted his award off-site, but here's Rick, and Shivani calls him in. Here it is.
Okay, the World Heavyweight Champion, Rick, congratulations on the honor once again.
Oh, Lord. About a year ago, I used to walk out here day in and day out and tell Lord how hard it is to be humble. The bottom line is, Tony Schiavone, I sit back here in Ted Turner's private office, and I watch what we have come to know as the greatest wrestling program ever put together by anybody anywhere in this whole world. And I sit there and try and pick apart the things I don't like about it, and I gotta be honest with you, I can't see one flaw in this entire program. You have, number one, the best talent available in all of professional wrestling. Number two, you've got the Crockett's who invest and spend literally millions of dollars putting together the best production in our sport. And then, ladies and gentlemen, you got all the array of people that walk out here and try to tell everybody day in and day out what they are, who they are, why they are, where they're going to be, what they're doing. But the bottom line is, when a guy can walk out here and tell you because 500,000 people around this world said so, that he's the Wrestler of the Year for the third time, then you better open your eyes. If you're a 300-pound fat truck driver, sit down and shut up. If you're a lawyer or a doctor or if you're a scientist who wishes he was making the money I'm making, you better sit down and shut up. Because I'll tell you how it goes. A lot of people around this country have said, Ric Flair, you have to wrestle 320 times a year. Well, that's right. But when you figure I make $4,000 a day, that's not a bad average, right? Would you like to be where I am? Well, I'll tell you what. You see the Road Warriors walk out here, and they are muscled up, and they are magnificent, and they are what's going on in our sport. But wow, they are trying to figure out what color to paint their face. I'm looking at 146 different suits to choose from because I know how to style and profile. And if you want to see me out here with my shirt off and in that ring, then baby, if you got the money, honey,
Rick,
I got the time.
I'd like to bring up something. We've talked about many title matches here on TV. The fans write in each and every week wanting to know when you're going to put up that World Heavyweight title right here on TV.
Well, I suppose you want me to come out here and defend this against Dusty Rhodes, Nikita Koloff.
That's the names they write in.
Not a chance. As I just said, if you got the money, honey, I got the time. You want Brett Armstrong, Windham, Garvin, one of those guys, fine. Nikita and Dusty Rhodes, not a chance. Getting back to Nikita Koloff tonight, the Nature Boy is going to shed this $850 garment. He's going to jump out of his limousine in Minneapolis, Minnesota. He's going to walk down out of the Met Center. And Nikita, tonight you go down. And Dusty Rhodes, if you got the guts to wear that Celtic green jacket into Los Angeles, then Tully Blanchard and I are going to stuff it down your throat. San Francisco, the Marriott at the airport where the victory celebration's going to be.
Don't you ever wrap me up when I'm talking.
The world champion, Ric Flair, and Wrestler of the Year once again.
Boy, Rick kills me every single time he tells them where to meet him for the after party. It's like
after the party is the after party.
Yes, Lord have mercy. Doc, you go first. What you got?
Man, it's just so clear, and it's something we already knew. But everybody else is out there cutting promos, and Rick's just on a different level. I mean, we should just give. I mean, you know how in Smoky Mountain we just give Tim Horner the Tim Horner Award.
Yeah.
We ought to just give Rick the Rolex every week, and then everybody's playing for second place.
Yeah.
I mean, because Dusty fired off that line, Rick just fired off a promo. He told you he makes money. He told you he's the Wrestler of the Year. He put over some people. He put over the promotion. He put over the staff. He put over production. He gave you his breakdowns on how much money he's making. He told you he ain't getting in that ring unless you pay him, so he's breaking down life for you. He's telling you where to go after, where to meet him in the bar for some, boom, boom.
Yeah.
I don't know what else you want.
I hear you.
I mean, he hit a bunch of different bullet points there.
Harper, what'd you have?
Right, when he says the Road Warriors are trying to pick out which kind of color paint they're going to use, I'm here looking at 100 and whatever pair of suits to wear.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
146, which is a great number because it's like not round.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like he's being exact. That was great, man. He's putting over, like Doc said, putting over the promotion. And then he starts insulting Dusty and Nikita. And, of course, capping it off with telling them where to meet him at the hotel.
Hey, I'm going to be at this town tonight whooping ass, too.
That's right. I want to, before we go to the next segment, I want to remind everyone, if you're listening to the show on YouTube, this is just one portion of the show. To listen to the show in its entirety, you can find us anywhere you get your podcasts, including Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Podcast Addict, TuneIn Radio. Just search Booking the Territory. Subscribe and never miss the entire show. Doc, anything else from Ric Flair right there? Man. Harper, you?
No, sir.
So the next matchup is Tully Blanchard versus Pat O'Brien in his leprechaun outfit. Tully wins in under a minute. Slingshot suplex. Harper, anything from the match?
No, sir.
Doc, what about you? All right, we got a fiery Rock and Roll Express promo here. Let me hit play. It's short, but it's fiery. Here it goes.
It's electricity every time these two men walk into a building.
Thank you there, Tony. It's a pleasure. We just got Tag Team of the Year award.
That's right. Congratulations.
Thank you very much for the first time, 1986. That's a very big honor for brother myself. We worked long and hard to get that, Tony. I'm very happy to receive it.
That's right, Tony. Tag Team of the Year, baby. You see, voted by all the fans all across the world because they know rock and roll lives forever. But let's get down to the point of it. Let's get right down. Manny Fernandez, Rick Rude, Paul Jones, Norfolk, Virginia to scope, baby. It's going to end. We don't care what it takes anymore. A lot of people are trying to cripple us, break my nose, tear my face up, tear my arm up, brother's knees. But you see, we're right here, baby, on NWA, the best wrestling in the world today. Standing here, looking at you eye to eye. So you be ready, because we're coming, and we're coming to take you down hard. And Paul Jones, baby, we got a little something for you. So remember, when you speak of the best, NWA and the Rock and Roll Express. Woo!
Okay, let's go back to the ring.
Harper, thoughts on rock and roll right there?
What the fuck is he wearing? That fucking red shirt?
Yeah, what was that? It had all kind of crazy
bro.
lettering on it. I don't know. Was it from Japan or something? I don't know.
I don't know, bro. He looked like he was going to a Duran Duran concert or some shit.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what that means.
Well, I know who Duran Duran is. I mean, damn. Doesn't mean I have to be a fan of them. I know who they are.
You were just into them because big white girls were into them in the 80s.
Yeah, with the perms.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Fuck.
That's nice. Okay. Hopper, anything else?
Just, they have a lot more fucking energy here than they did with Bill Apter. That's for damn sure.
Sure do. Good.
Yeah.
Doc, what about you?
I think it would have been funny if that would have been instead of Bernie Mac, where Ricky Morton introduced the term Badussy into the lexicon and dropped that on 1986 TV.
I'm laughing, but I wonder if you could have gotten away with that back then.
Are you sure you could have? He said what? Oh, it's some kind of thing.
Right. Because it doesn't sound like Badussy. I mean, it's not.
Badussy.
Yeah. You could have slipped it in and nobody would have known.
And he's got that rap, so he's got that
right.
He's got that, so he's like, well, it was Tony. We're out here with all the all these fine people in the Badussy.
Tony, we're out here with all these fine people, all these wonderful people, wonderful, nice fans. We was back there the other night. We got us some Badussy and it was rolling, baby. I mean, I can't do a Ricky Morton, but yeah, he could have slipped it in with that rap. That would have been good.
I just think it'd have been funny if we could credit him with the term instead of Bernie Mac.
Stop trying to take stuff from Bernie Mac. Let's keep going. Clement Fields versus superstar Bill Dundee. The crowd is chanting, "We want Sam," as the match kicks off. So Sam Houston's still over, even though they really haven't done a whole lot with him. But hey, he's over.
He's out there in Kansas banging those corn-fed broads.
No, he's married at he was married at the time. He should have been banging his wife, but I mean, excuse me for saying that. I'm just saying he was married by then. Clement Fields gets beat down. Dundee wins. Doc, any thoughts from the match?
Nah, I was a little surprised to see Bill Dundee still hanging around. I don't
really
this long.
I don't really either. Hopper, anything from you on the match?
I mean, like what Doc said, I was surprised to see him.
He's still hanging around, but
like how he's here, but Buddy's gone again.
Oh, Buddy.
Well, I mean, the thing.
Every promotion we do this on, Buddy's going to have a couple of go-rounds in.
Well, just remember with Buddy.
Now, I'm one of these guys that can't just fuck something up. I got to fuck it all the way up. Okay.
So, you know how Buddy was, man.
Have mercy, brother. Willie.
While at the same time, Buddy always told us,
be blessed and be a blessing.
So, I hadn't played that in a while, but it hit me when you said Buddy. But yes, Buddy is gone, and he's been gone for a while. Okay, we'll keep going. The next match is Bill Tabb and Randy Barber versus Ole and Arn. Obviously, Ole and Arn win. Arn hits the gourd buster. Hopper, any thoughts from that match?
Yeah, you kicked the shit out that guy.
Yeah, Buddy.
Barber looks like a broken down version of Arn. When they were wrestling each other, I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
He kind of does, now that you say that.
He looks like if Buzz Sawyer and Arn Anderson had a baby, it would be that dude.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Jesus. All right. Doc, any other thoughts from the match?
No, they got their ass whooped.
All right. Well, Ole and Arn are up next, and they're with Shivani right now, so let's go to them after their match that they just won.
It's obviously a #1 contender for the World Tag Team title, U.S. Tag Team title.
#1 contender in our minds. We're already the champions. We should be the champions. But there's always somebody that's putting their foot in the works, somebody always hiding, like maybe Rhodes, or maybe even the promoter Crockett, trying to keep us away from what belongs to us, trying to keep us away from those titles. I tell you what, somewhere, like those two guys, Garvin.
Ole, I know what you got to say is real important. Arn, you've been waiting for that shot at Nikita for the U.S. title. I wish I could say the contract was actually signed, but we're that close to getting it.
Yeah.
You can almost count on it, brother.
All right, James, thank you very much.
You got it. All
Let's
right.
talk about something important. Hold this, Tony Schiavone. That's the road you told Nikita. Get yourself an American girlfriend. Get your Corvette. Get you some GQ clothes, and you're cool. Well, Nikita, you ain't so cool because you're so busy chasing Ric Flair, you forgot about your bread and butter. Well, Nikita, I told you, I'm closing in on it. I'm this far from getting it, Nikita. And hey, all those big chops, all those big arms, I don't look like a pygmy myself. If you don't believe it, ask some of these women over here. This is a chest a woman like to lay on. But getting back to business, Nikita, rest assured, one thing, I don't care what the rest of the family does. The mistakes are over. I'm going to be a champion on my own. Because like I said 2 years ago, Dusty Rhodes, standing on that beach. When I left the beach and came to Jim Crockett, I was going straight to the top, and I don't care how many veterans I got to step on to do it. Rest assured, Nikita Koloff, the set's going to be complete. Blanchard, Ric Flair, and finally, Double A, like he should be, U.S. Heavyweight Champion. Yeah!
Okay. We're coming right back. Don't go away.
All right. Doc, thoughts?
Are we teasing some dissension here in the Horsemen?
Well,
I mean, that's I don't know that I'd just be cutting Ole off if I didn't have an angle there, pal.
I was waiting for Ole, and I know I've seen this before, but I was waiting for Ole to be like, "The fuck's wrong with you, JJ?" Because know Ole don't give two shits.
Right. Ole's firmly convinced out there he's leading the Horsemen. And he's so surly that even the champ is deferential to him. And so that's the thing, is like they're all deferential to him. He's the Rock, he's Ole, he's the leader, he's the guy. And then JJ just runs out, hold on, slow down, cut off. But man, Arn was on it, dude.
Yeah, he was.
For a second straight week, he's like, I gotta get me some gold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Harper, what did you have from it?
What did he say about the women want to lay down?
On
his body?
He said, ask some of these women over here, and this is a chest that they like to lay on.
Oh, shit.
I was like, dude, you sound like one of them dirty old men. But that line was awesome.
This is a chest they want to lay on.
Yeah, buddy.
They want to rest their head on my chest, motherfucker, not yours.
I don't know why it's making me think you talking about Kings of Comedy earlier, Doc. When Bernie Mac in Kings of Comedy was like, he trying to tell a bro, give you a blowjob. He's telling the bro, come lay your chest right here, baby. Put your head right here. Like, I don't know why that made me think about that, but arm popped me. They want to lay on this chest. All right, Harper, anything else?
Arn was fucking on it, man. Like what Doc said. And if he's got to get that belt on his own, he's going to fucking do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd agree. Doc, anything else before we go to the next?
Man, I just hope... Man, Ole just put up with that. I couldn't believe that shit. Even if he knew it was coming, I'd be like, I'm surprised he didn't go off script. Now,
Dude,
wait a goddamn minute.
Go back and watch what he does. Because I watched it a second time.
He faded to the background.
Well, he still kind of looks at JJ kind of... He doesn't look like he's mad, but he kind of looks at him like, what the fuck? A little. Not bad,
no,
but
he does.
He's like, dude, did you just interrupt me? Like, he's shocked.
Yeah.
He did it. Not that he's even mad yet. She's still in the shock mode.
I'm not even mad. I'm trying to process what just happened here.
Yes, agree. Okay.
And I just wonder if that was like, I don't know. We'll see.
It was, again, weird. Dick Murdock. I got to play this. Here's Dick Murdock. This is after Ole and Arn. We haven't heard from Dick in a while, but we saw him earlier, but here's Murdock.
Captain Redneck Dick Murdock, and very soon somewhat of a homecoming back in Amarillo, Texas with the NWA.
Boy, it sure is, Tony. You know, I've been over in Japan and then I went to Germany and all over the world, you know, and it's never finer to step back down and step foot back down in the great United States of America. But, you know, I've been gone, and Tully Blanchard's been out here ratting and raving and carrying on. Said that I went to the Far East to look for a new Holt. Well, I searched around. But, Tully, I want you to be assured there's another better Holt in professional wrestling, my brain buster. And, you know, I was over there on Thanksgiving night, and we got word about how Dusty got robbed. A star carried by Tully Blanchard. Well, Tully, let me tell you something. You and the rest of the Horsemen, when the original Texas Outlaws, Dusty Rhodes, Dick Murdock, get back together, it's going to be a battle. And I know we got matches coming. We drew each other's number in Minneapolis, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Albuquerque, wherever it might be. But, Tony, like you said, on January the 3rd, the crew, Jim Crockett Promotions, and the greatest wrestling alliance in the world, NWA, is coming to Amarillo, Texas, and going to go in some of the greatest fans in the world. And it's going to be Dusty Rhodes, Ric Flair, the Midnight Express, Road Warriors. I mean, you are seeing in Amarillo the Major League of Professional Wrestling. I know some other groups have been in there, and you people are bored about watching them. But I'll guarantee you, on January the 3rd, when you come out, you're going to see a hoedown and a hootenanny. And then out of J&D Quarter Horses, we're going to have an old party, and it's going to be hoedown time in the great Amarillo, Texas, Tony.
Okay, Dick Murdock, good to see you again, Captain.
Pleasure, man.
Okay, let's go back to the ring.
Harper, you laughed. I laughed too when I was watching this. What did you think?
Well, who are they getting tired of looking at? Is it talking about WWE or just some other promotion? Oh, all right.
What'd you say, Doc?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Pretty sure that's who they were talking about. I mean, that would have been the only other promotion able to.
My thing is, how is this any different than this? Is the hillbilly version of what Ric Flair just did? We're going to be out at J&J's Quarter Horses for the after party.
Yeah, it's exactly it. It's the hillbilly. It's the redneck version. I mean, he's Captain Redneck. You know, not trying to offend anyone, but he's Captain Redneck Dick Murdock. It is the hillbilly version of it. I love when he said it's gonna be a hoedown and a hootenanny. What the fuck?
Yeah, really, huh? Like those assholes sitting in fucking Baltimore or Philly. I mean, people. What the fuck does that mean?
Right. I'm from the South, and I was like, what the?
You don't know what that means.
I know it's like a hee-haw type of thing.
Right, but
there's lots of hay involved with it.
Well, yeah, of course, but the average person's like, what the hoedown and a hootenanny?
Here's the thing, and this is the problem with getting rid of the Mid-Atlantic title or hootenannies. I don't care how much you want to go national. JCP was some Southern motherfuckers. They had David Allen Coe out there at the bash. Yeah, really. I mean, the problem is they didn't want to be who they were.
I don't know if that's...
No, hold on. You hear Ric Flair say, Ric Flair said if they'd have stayed east of the Mississippi, they'd be in business today.
I still don't... Nah. Well, I agree with Flair. No, I'm not saying that, but I still think even into the WCW later years, mid-90s, I still think they did Southern wrestling. It was still, even through the bad years, it was still Southern wrestling. So I don't think they completely forgot they were Southern wrestling. But that does create additional problems when you do go national because, you know, Southern wrestling is different. You have to adjust to it.
All of us acquired this taste. This shit ain't for everybody.
Oh, I mean, we grew up on it. I mean, well, even then, I mean, Harper liked the WWF at a time, but
we cured him of that shit.
I don't know.
We got him a shot of Valtrex to get rid of that herpes outbreak.
That's nice.
But you know what's funny? Harper and I were having this discussion this weekend. We were talking about how the WWF and just WCW, and we were talking about like all the action figures, the LJN action figures, and Harper made a great point. You know, we talk about Southern wrestling versus that Northern stuff. But you got to give McMahon credit for one thing when it came to marketing, because he, like Harper said, I liked the NWA, but damn, I mean, WWF did such a great job of trying to get me to, you know, to get the lunchbox and the action figure.
Because everywhere you went, there was some type of WWE fucking a trademark fucking item. Either fucking notebook or lunchbox, fucking pencils, is toys.
LJN figures. It's a piece of rubber, Hopper.
I'm starting to see why neither one of you got any ass down in New Orleans this weekend.
That's nice.
Y'all down there talking about toys instead of trying to like.
I mean, I was with my wife, and but that's
so we know you ain't getting any ass.
I know. She's like, look, I'm gonna watch one of those Christmas in fucking July movies on the fucking Hallmark Channel.
I didn't drive to another state to give you a job.
I could have done that.
You want to pop, Harper? Remember we were talking. You were talking about Lifetime movies when we were on the phone for a second the other night. So when she finally decided she didn't want to go to ROH, she literally told me, "I'll find some kind of Lifetime movie or something on TV. Y'all go watch ROH."
I'm starting to think that your wife's not exactly. I think she might be white.
Maybe I don't know, bro. All them bras like that shit.
Instead of Sasha, I'm starting to think she's Becky.
I don't know, bro. All them bras, white, black, whatever. They all watch that Lifetime bullshit.
Yeah, that shit's big, man.
Yeah, it is. It's a
I wouldn't know. I'm not a broad.
It's big. Harper knows because his mom watches that shit.
Dude, they all watch that dumb shit.
They do. He ain't
And the
lying.
fucking Bravo channel. All that dumb shit that's on the Bravo channel.
Okay, let's get back to the show. If you want more banter like that, go to tinyurl.com/BTTpatron because we have lots of episodes up where we talk about dumb shit like that along with the world-class episodes. $2 a month. That's it. Just $2 a month. Again, tinyurl.com/BTTpatron. There it is. I got it out the way, everybody. Brad Armstrong versus Mike Jackson is up next, wrestling. Doc, what you got from that?
Dude, I thought Mike Jackson made Brad Armstrong look like $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
This was a good little match. I liked it.
Mike Jackson's really good. Brad's really good. It didn't surprise me at all. I totally agree. Harper, what'd you have?
Yeah, this was a little fun match to watch.
Yep. Well,
Mike Jackson got his stuff in.
Yeah, Mike Jackson's one of the better enhancement talents of that day. So I agree. Remember when him and Flair worked that match a while back? And
I thought Mike Jackson was going to be the NWA champ.
Yeah, really.
They went like 10 minutes, man. He's like Flair out there making Mike Jackson look like $1 million. It was incredible. But yeah, fun little
I'm going
match.
to get you over. No, I'm going to get you over. No, I'm going to get you over.
That goes to show you what kind of person Flair was when it was to get in a ring with those guys. Brad wins, though. Harper, anything else from that match?
No.
All right. Let's go now to Tully because he's the one member of the Horsemen at this point, including JJ, that we haven't heard from yet. So let's listen.
Take long for this man to retain the world television title, Tully Blanchard.
You know, Tony Schiavone, what I like is when you come out here and you listen to all these great wrestlers in the National Wrestling Alliance and Jim Crockett Promotions, and they all want Flair, they all want Blanchard, they all want the Horsemen, because that's where it's at. When you're in the middle, when you're in the apex of what's happening, and you're causing the pot to boil. Dick Murdock travels all over the world, says he doesn't need nothing but the brain buster. Well, Murdock, you got 20 minutes tonight in Minneapolis to try to take me down, to try to defend your buddy Dusty Rhodes. Barry Windham comes in here. Dusty Rhodes has got more people around him. The superpowers, Nikita Koloff. Dusty Rhodes has got 30 people doing his bidding. Well, that's fine, because Dusty Rhodes, you send all you want, because I was the best world's television in the past. I'm the best world's television champion, the president, or will ever be, and you can count on that, right, JJ?
That's right. I noticed Brad Armstrong. I have to give credit where credit's due. A very impressive victory today. Mike Jackson took him to the limit, and he still came out on top. And I'm sure that's keeping him real hot in the running for a shot at the world television title. Well, Brad Armstrong, when you're in Minneapolis tonight, or when you're in San Francisco and L.A. this coming week, or Albuquerque, it doesn't matter. You ask around the arena what's happening in professional wrestling, and the word that you're going to keep hearing time and time again is the Four Horsemen. Ric Flair, the world heavyweight champion, Tully Blanchard, world television champion, and in spite of challenges from you or anybody else, he's going to remain that way. And Ole and Arn Anderson, the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, the Four Horsemen. Diamonds are forever, and so are the Four Horsemen, and don't forget it.
And you know, JJ, we've been talking about dominating and being the ruler of the world's television title. I dictate every rule there is, or every match, or anything about that, and don't you or anybody else forget it. And you know, JJ, that thing we've been talking about, that big surprise,
maybe we ought to... let's make him win.
No. But we got a surprise for you, Dusty Rhodes, Barry Windham, Brad Armstrong, Rock and Roll Express. The biggest surprise here.
Big surprise.
Okay. Fans, more action right after this timeout.
All right, I'm going to say something. I wish they'd have went off the air after that, because that big surprise is a nice little tease to leave us with. But they didn't.
Yeah.
But that was pretty good stuff there. Nothing spectacular, but that whole surprise thing was big to me. What did you have, Harper?
That's what I want to know. What the fuck is the damn surprise?
Especially since they teased some dissension with Ole here a minute ago.
Yeah.
This was really weird. I just was like, oh, wait, what? So I'm completely distracted at this point. Like, next is Dundee and Garvin, and I'm like, whatever.
Well, maybe they're stealing Vladimir Pietrov from Ivan. I don't know.
It's just a nice little tease. It's a good part of wrestling back then. But Doc, Harper, do you have anything else from that?
I like what he said. Where what's making a pot boil?
Yeah, I like that line too.
That was a good line.
Yeah, it was.
I like that line, and then he followed it up with, "You get 20 minutes tonight, pal."
Doc, what else did you have?
That's it. I like the pot boil, and you get 20 minutes tonight in Minneapolis, Murdock.
I like that Tully gave Brad some props right there. Mentions him as a possible contention for a title. That's he put Brad over. I mean, he didn't,
We've determined that Brad Armstrong got a raw deal in the wrestling business.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. We knew it, but we really know it revisiting it. It's crazy. The next promo is Dundee and Jimmy Garvin. I don't really want to play this. Doc, did you have anything from that?
I'll tell you one thing. Precious got some nice-ass titties, huh?
God dang, what's wrong with you, dude? She's 60 years old now.
They're still married.
So?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe her real name was Patty.
Wow, you know a lot about her. You've been stalking out.
I know.
No, but I'm looking at what Harper was talking about right now. She got
God damn, huh?
That's
I know.
Rod, dude. Her boob.
Yeah, right.
That big. Anyway, okay. Dundee's
I thought
out
they
there.
should have gone. I thought they should have gone off the air. So whatever you do next is fine with me. The show ended in my mind. Precious is 63 years old now, dude. She was 30. She was 31 right there, though. So they were standing up pretty good for 31.
That's nice. You're a pro on titties standing up.
That's my political party, dude.
Harper, do you have anything else from the promo? We're not playing it.
No, I don't understand. Is Bill Dundee a manager or a fucking wrestler?
Dude, he bought the Barbarian.
Right. He's got the Barbarian.
Yeah, I don't.
What the fuck?
We'll see where that goes. We got the Crockett Cup coming up in a few months in '87. We'll see where this stuff goes. I'll just say that. The last match of the night is Jimmy Garvin versus Alan Martin. Garvin wins with a brainbuster pretty quickly, and then after that, Brad Armstrong comes out. He cuts a quick promo where he calls out Jimmy Garvin. And remember, him and his dad had some heat a couple weeks back with him. Garvin does come out, but we're out of time, and Garvin appears to be heading towards the ring, so we'll have to see how that gets resolved. And that's how the episode goes off air. I wish it would have went off air with Tully teasing that thing at the end, but we didn't get that. So,
Right. It says here on her Wikipedia page, Precious married Garvin when she was 17.
No way.
They had been married on that episode for 14 years.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So imagine when he's in there with Sunshine in '83 in World Class.
That was his cousin.
Right. But they had been married at that point 10 years.
Right.
It's crazy when you think about it, man. Damn. Yeah. Still married, man. God bless him. It's a beautiful thing. All right, we need to give out some Rolexes. I can't help you if you're not happily married, man. That's your problem, not mine. Give out some Rolexes.
I hear your story, so let's just say that.
Okay, whatever. Doc, you're a Rolex. Who are you giving it to?
Woo!
Okay. Harper, who are you giving yours to?
I guess I'll give it to Rick. It was kind of hard because I was thinking about Rick and Uncle Ivan did. I liked his promo in the beginning, but I was like, man, I got to give it to Rick.
I considered Ivan just like you. I also considered Arn for a second.
Right.
But at the end, you go out there and you talk for 4 minutes straight without repeating yourself. It's got to go to Ric Flair. So Rick gets mine. I am going to give the episode. I was stuck in between doing like a B+, A-. I'm going to go A-. It was. I'm getting used to the hour-and-a-half format again, and I wish it would have went off air a little stronger. But I just like watching this promotion. You got Redneck Dick Murdock out there doing his thing. You got Ole and Arn doing their thing. Tully had a nice little promo with the tees.
Yeah.
Rock and Roll Express were fired up. Rick got the Rolex, obviously. Rick Rude was really good with the whole cheetah calling and then the words of Blowfish. Corny, we didn't talk about him, but he was good. Road Warriors were good. Ivan Koloff was good. So I don't know, man. I just thought you had some just solid promos throughout. One good match with the tag match. So A-. Doc, what you giving it?
All those people you list off and you're like, holy shit, what do you want? And they were all really good tonight. Everybody was really good. Nobody fired blanks.
Right.
The other thing I thought was there there were two really fun matches for me, which is Brad Armstrong and Mike Jackson, and then obviously the tag team with the Midnights versus the Garvin and Windham. Everybody being really, really good, if maybe not spectacular across the board, but really, really good with those names, with those matches. I'm going to give it a solid straight up A.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm going to give it, just a straight up A, a regular old A.
So we got 2 A's and A minus. I thought this was good, man. Solid promos throughout. Nothing spectacular.
This is what a really good, really great wrestling promotion with really great talent that has good angles looks like, in my opinion.